important. The problem is not English. The problem is fear. Fear of judgment, fear of
Exactly.
mistakes, fear of comparison. Right? These three things. But language is not about perfection. It is about connection. It is about expressing who you are and sharing your thoughts with the world, isn't it? Hello, everyone. Let me begin with a very simple question. How many of you have stayed silent even when you knew the answer, just because you were afraid to speak in English? So, today we are going to talk about a very important topic, that is how to speak English without feeling shy or judged. Many of us experience this almost every day. Our ideas are clear in our minds, but when it is the time to speak, fear takes over. We start thinking, what if I make a mistake? What if people judge me? What if I don't sound fluent enough? Slowly, this fear convinces us to remain quiet, not because we lack knowledge, but because we lack confidence. Today, we are not here to learn difficult grammar or complicated vocabulary. We are here to understand something much more important. That is, how to speak English without feeling shy, without feeling judged, and without doubting ourselves. Because English is not a measure of intelligence, it is simply a tool for communication. And every one of us has the ability to use that tool with confidence. So let us explore step by step how we can overcome this fear and finally allow our voices to be heard. So I welcome you, Tutor Avilasha, to today's discussion session. Please move forward with your pointer. Over to you.
Yes, Yes, Trishika, I totally agree with what you said because many people, we have been there where many people have used English or they have felt that using English or speaking English can only make us feel more intelligent. No, it's not like we need to measure our intelligence through our speaking skills. The first pointer
Right.
that I would love to raise here, and that is fear of judgment. It's the main root problem that we need to focus on. Most of us are always afraid of this language. We are afraid of being judged. So, what happens is at the end of the day, we cannot speak this language fluently. Even if we have done so many, even we have been trying so many times, but it creates problems for us because we fear that maybe people will judge us. We worry, what if I pronounce it wrong sometimes?
Yeah.
Sometimes we might worry, what if someone laughs if I make a mistake? And sometimes even we think this again and again. It comes to our mind, what if they think I'm not smart enough because I have made a mistake? But here's the truth: English is just a language, it's not a
Right.
test of intelligence. Our
Yes.
ideas, our knowledge, our personality, they matter more than grammar perfection. We do not need to chase perfections all the time. When
Yes.
we separate language from self-worth, fear disappears. So it actually works like this. Once we separate language from self-worth, half the fear disappears and we can work on this language more and more. What do you think, Rishika?
Agree with you, definitely. Because if you start fearing about your journey, definitely you will not feel confident in the long run. So, in the starting only, you should have a clear picture that what are you going to do, what roadmap you are going to follow, how you are going to learn this language, which person you are going to, accompany while, leading this journey, while learning this language, because it's a very big step, Avilasha. Many people, they don't give much importance that, oh, it's just a language, it's easy, it's okay, that's fine, it depends on your attitude, but similarly it is a big step you are taking for your development and your change. It's a big step you are taking for making your personality attractive. So don't fear about the mistakes you're making. Don't think anything regarding fear. Just make sure you have a clear roadmap and then proceed accordingly. I totally agree with you, Avilasha. Next important thing I want to make is stop comparing your journey. We all are individually different from each other. We look different. We belong from different culture, different religion. We belong from different places, different geographical boundaries. Then why are we comparing ourselves with each other? right? Why am I comparing myself with you? Why you are comparing yourself with others? That does not make any sense. We all belong from different backgrounds. So comparison is one of the excuse me, comparison is one of the biggest reasons for shyness. We compare ourselves to people who studied in different medium school, who have been exposed to English since their childhood, right? But fluency is not about exposure. It's about how much time you are dedicating. It's about how much hard work you are doing. It depends on your perseverance as well as determination. It's not a talent, it's your hard work. So if someone has practiced for 10 years and you have practiced for 2, of course, there is a big difference. Of course, they will sound more fluent. That does not mean you cannot reach there. You can also do that, believe me. Focus on your growth, not someone else's speed, right? Just practice for your own self, and don't compare yourself with others. You are your greatest competition. Compare your development, your present development with your past development, right? So what is another pointer that you would like to make, Avilasha? Please proceed.
Yes. Yes, definitely, Trishika. But before that, I would like to agree with what you said. Focusing on oneself, not someone else's speed,
Right,
because we
right,
all are individuals here, right? Why do we need to focus on what others are doing? Why do we need to focus on how others are speaking? Comparison kills real progress. Even if you are progressing in this language, and not just in this field, in other fields too, if you are progressing somewhere, if you and you start comparing yourself, it will kill your progress. So yes, focus
right.
on oneself, focus on your own growth, not someone else's speed. Definitely, I totally agree with you on that. Other than that, what I would love to highlight here, and that is changing our mindset about mistakes.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
whenever I have been talking with my learners, whenever I have taken sessions with them, I always suggest this. This is the first thing that I tell them: change your mindset about mistakes, because we need to normalize mistakes. We are humans at the end of the day, and if we are learning something, not making mistakes, it's not like you are not trying hard enough. It's not like that. If we are learning something, obviously we will make mistakes. That's our basic human tendency, to make mistakes.
Right,
Here
absolutely.
I'll give an example here, and that is, think of how children learn to speak. We all have been children, right? We all have been there where we have learned about so many things. For example, we have learned how to say words. At at first, we don't even know how to speak. So then, whenever children make mistakes, they say wrong words all the time. We have heard so many times. We have also
Right.
been there, done that. But we don't laugh, right? We always encourage them. We always say that's totally okay. That's making mistakes is totally okay. So why don't we give the same kindness to ourselves too? It's the same thing. It's not like just because we are not children now, we cannot make mistakes. It's not like that. As individuals, as humans, it's our tendency to make mistakes. Every mistakes we make takes us closer to fluency. It takes us closer to success. So yes, mistakes makes us more perfect in like in future. It helps us to be perfect. It helps us to make ourselves more better, more fluent. Don't you think, Rishika?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. With small kids, we are so nonchalant. We are having a very carefree attitude that, oh, he's just a small boy, she's just a small girl. Let them make mistakes. They will learn from there. Even I think that whenever a small kid has learned to walk for the first time, definitely they will fall on various steps.
Yes.
But after falling, they will rise again. They will stand on
Yes.
their leg, and the proud moment for the parents. In the same way, we should also nurture our inner child. We should be proud of each and everything we are doing. We should be proud of the step that we have taken for our development. And we should also be proud of whatever we are doing for the time being regarding this language. Definitely. Accept your mistakes and move on. That is what we can do, because mistakes can help you to become the better version of yourself. I totally agree with you. Another pointer that I would like to make is that you should start speaking in safe spaces.
Yes.
Spaces, it means something which is very ambiguous. It has a lot of meanings. It means that if you are comfortable speaking with your friend can be your safe space. If you are comfortable
Yes.
speaking in an application, And that application can be your safe space. If you're comfortable speaking with your colleagues, that colleague can be your safe space. It can be a person also for you, right? Isn't it? So
Yes.
confidence does not grow in pressure. It will always grow in comfort first, right? So start with
Yes.
small, small baby steps. Speak in front of a mirror. So this practice is called the mirror practice. On many instances, I have recommended this practice to many of my learners, and they have gained confidence also after that. Because initially,
Yes.
what we do, we start judging ourselves. We are very much judgmental about ourselves. That is the honest fact. I am also like that, right? How can you end that judgmental thought about yourself? By speaking in front of the mirror. Whenever you are speaking, take any topic you want, stand in front of the mirror, notice your facial expressions and your body gesture. And that way you can evaluate yourself, that how much confidence you are confident you are looking, how much expressions you are providing in front of the mirror, and what are your gestures, whether you're moving your hands too much or whether you are shaking your legs too much, which you should refrain from doing so. So these things you can check about yourself. Second, record your voice and listen to it. Do the recording practice. What you can do is you can just take any device like mobile phone or a tablet, etc. You can record your voice, and before recording the voice, try to take up any topic you feel comfortable. Try to challenge with a difficult topic, but if at the same time you feel that no, it's not my cup of tea, definitely you can go for a simple topic also. You just have to speak. Topic does not matter, right? So record your voice and then listen to that recording multiple times, once, twice, thrice, as long as you are not satisfied with yourself, as long as you are not satisfied with the way you are speaking, try to do that. And that way you will gain your self confidence. Third, you can also talk to a close friend. As I told you, safe space does
Yes.
not mean an application only or a place only. It can be a person also for you. So talk to a close friend who supports you. On many instances, Avilasha, I have heard from my learners, they say that, ma'am, actually, I am hesitant to speak in English in front of my friend or in front of my best friend or in front of my family members. I asked them why. They say that, no, ma'am, actually, they judge me. They say that, why are you speaking in English? You are in your house. You are with us. Speak in your mother tongue. Right. But I want to tell them that whoever will support you, they will always support you towards the end of the day. Try to talk with
Yes.
a friend who really supports you, who really accepts you the way you are. Right. So try to speak with those like minded people. Practice daily conversations, like, for example, ordering food. Nowadays, many places are there, many applications are there which you can use to order food item online, and they speak in English too. That's a win-win situation. So you can also order food online in English. You can introduce yourself in English, right? Make a very powerful introduction. This is one of the power points I would like to make, because if you're going for interview, if you're going for something very professional related context, definitely you need to have a very strong introduction ready for yourself beforehand. So you can do that, and gradual practice will always reduce fear. You don't need a big stage to start. You just need consistency. That's what I think. What do you think about it, Avilasha?
Yes, Trishika, I always tell this to my learners too. Always chase for consistency rather than perfection. We don't have to be perfect at everything. If you are starting somewhere, that's the best thing. That's how you can know that you will be successful someday or the other. And what happens is practice is what makes us perfect.
Yeah,
It's how human psychology works. If we keep practicing, you will definitely get it there. You will definitely gain success from it, because practice helps us a lot. Other
right.
than that, what I would suggest here is that always keep it simple and stop
Yeah,
overthinking.
yes.
Many learners I have seen, we all have been victim to overthinking. We all overthink a lot, and I myself, who is someone that loves to overthink, so what happens is it creates more difficulties in this
Yeah,
process of
yeah,
learning English. We all overthink before speaking.
yeah,
Sometimes what happens is we translate from our mother tongue. Don't just do that. Along with it, we check grammar in our head, search for fancy vocabulary, and by then the perfect moment is gone. What we wanted to say, it's gone. So instead, always use simple sentences. You can, instead of saying fancy sentences like I would like to express my profound gratitude, just say thank you so much. This simple sentence will mean the same thing that you wanted to say. It will express the same feelings, it will express the same emotions. You don't have to always go for fancy sentences, fancy vocabulary. No. Yes, once you get perfect in this language, then you can definitely chase for perfection. You can definitely do that. But first, if you are starting somewhere, for always use simple English. Because simple English spoken confidently is more powerful rather than using complex English spoken with fear. Fear will make you sound more, it will make you sound worse rather than using simple English. So I will always say that clarity matters more than complexity. Don't just go for complex things, thinking that, oh, maybe people will think I'm very intelligent, people will think I'm perfect in this language. No, it's not like that. Rather than chase clarity, that's how you will get better in this language. What do you think, Rishika?
I totally agree with you. Clarity is the key, actually. Because whenever we are speaking with someone, our main agenda should be to be clear, clear and precise, I feel. Because if you are speaking to someone, the audience or the person who is going to listen to you should understand your words. Because, but most of the times, what happens, Avilasha, because people they prefer fancy words, the other person is not able to understand, and as a result of which, they also feel a little bit awkward that should I ask what does that mean? I'm not able to understand. They also feel awkward to ask a question back to that person.
Hmm.
And in that way,
Yes, definitely.
there is a big gap in the conversation. Why big gap? Because the
Yes.
person who is speaking or using those fancy words are trying to explain to the other person something, and the other person is not able to understand what this person is trying to convey. So there becomes a very much a large gap actually. A communication gap
Exactly.
will be there, right? So we should always be particular about using certain words while having conversation with people, right? So I totally agree with you here. And we should also make sure about one pointer that if you want to update your vocabulary, you should do that. You should not refrain from making your vocabulary advanced, but only when you feel comfortable. If you feel comfortable, then
Yes.
only you should proceed with that. But don't compare that he is using difficult words. I will also use that. It's not something like that. It will come naturally. So I think that it was a very great conversation today, Avilasha, because every time when we are conducting discussion session, we try to keep it learner centric, right? Whatever problems they
Exactly.
are facing, we try to deal with those situations. And I request all of you to practice all those steps which we have put forward. It will really make you comfortable in the long run. So I just want to make the concluding part this that we today learned something very important. The problem is not English. The problem is fear. Fear of judgment, fear of
Exactly.
mistakes, fear of comparison. Right? These three things. But language is not about perfection. It is about connection. It is about expressing who you are and sharing your thoughts with the world, isn't it? So remember,
Yes.
every fluent speaker was once a beginner. Every confident voice was once a hesitant one. So start small, speak daily, be kind to yourself when you make mistakes. These are the three mantras which you should follow. And most importantly,
Exactly.
don't silence your ideas just because your English is still growing. So, your voice matters, your thought matters, and the world deserves to hear you. With this, I want to conclude today's round of discussion session. Thank you so much, Tutor Vilasha, for accompanying me in this journey. And we will meet again in the future to discuss about some next round of pointers. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You too, Trishika. Thank you so much.
Bye.